Evening guys, James here at Sunseeker Southampton, down at day 4 of British Motor Yacht Show, just drawing to a close. And I thought I'd take the opportunity to walk you around a stock Manhattan 68 that's just arrived from Poole. Fresh out of the factory, this is boat 607. Behind me here, afloat on the pontoon. Loaded up with extras. So first time we've seen one of these since originally the boat was launched at Dusseldorf earlier this year. Weighing inches 21.21 metres, tip to tip. Beam of 5.26 metres. Standard power is a pair of MAN 1000 horsepower engines. This particular boat has got the upgraded 1200 horsepower V8, giving her a little bit more top speed. See these beautiful hull windows running bow to stern, really set off in the sunshine here. Here on the water, we've got the typical signature black gel coat boot top stripe running down the hull there, just above the waterline. And then we've got carbon fibre detailing throughout, things like engine vents, nice little stainless steel inlay here. Try and come in close so you can see the weave in those. Little upgrades over the Manhattan 66, which she replaces, things like where the guard paraffin wire would run through those stanchions. We've now got a nice stainless steel solid bar. Lots of exterior detailing touches around the aft coaming on the arch there. So it's really lifted. The Manhattan 66 was a hugely popular model for us, very good in the charter market. 4 cabins when very little in this market. Also had 4, most of 3. Twin crew in the stern. As you can see, fits really nicely alongside a pontoon mooring here on the south coast and equally at home in the Mediterranean. So platform here on the back is a hydraulic high-low, 450 capacity, taking a Williams 395 or a 325 jet tender, removable chocks to put on there, making launch and recovery very straightforward. And then as part of the Platinum Mediterranean package, you can see here on the stern we've got the optional beach club arrangement here. So there's a lift up teak step here which creates a seat, and we've got some handling shelves here. Nice place to put your shampoo and your towels when you're in the water. Space up top for storing lines, and there's a dive bottle space for 4 bottles in there. So it's a really complete little storage area connected to the water, very easy. And then underneath a locker here which will take 2 Seabob F-Type sea scooters, which is a nice place to just store them close to the water. There's about 35 kilos each in weight, so it's a very easy way to launch and recover. Little cupboard down the bottom here, plug in for fresh water system. We've got 2 shore power leads that come out of the locker here on the port side steps, and then crew access door in through here. So it's a lift up door, keeps it out of the way of the tender. We just had a quick look inside. Still very much owner operator size here, but we've got this particular boat configured with 2 single twin berths in here. Can you see the laundry facilities? So we've got a Siemens washer dryer, space for towels above here, storage cupboards behind. So not all owners wanting crew at this size, so it's still finished in the same wood as the interior, so we can very much put guests down here on an ad hoc basis if you're happy to have them separate from the rest of the party on board. Say little basic shower and heads facilities. We've got tropical spec aircon which includes the crew space, so the boat's set up for anywhere that you're likely to use Med, say, or North America. We can do an electric conversion if needed. For the shore power system, a letterbox passerelle in here that comes out at the push of a button. We've got additional stern cleats here for spring lines, and then coming up into the cockpit you'll see we've got stern docking winches with a foot switch either side. Handy control panel here for lights and that beach club, drop down platform, etc. The passerelle, battery switches in this cupboard as well, so easy to turn on and off when you first come on board. Beautiful cockpit, very open. You'll see I've got the doors stacked back here on the saloon. If I just stand back to appreciate how much of an open feel that creates on the boat. Notice there's no threshold on the door here, so nothing to stub your toes on walking in and out. That's a drain underneath those teak grates there. And we've got a great dining table here, say happily seat 6 around that, plus a couple of directors chairs will give you your 8, obviously with beds on board for 8 people. If we just come around the other way, you can now appreciate the light that lets into the interior of the boat with the doors stacked back. So you can run those either with a central door here, access, or as we have it set up now with all the doors stacked back to starboard, out of the way behind the flybridge stairs there. You'll see up in the ceiling we've got these LED strip lights. It's all dimmable, both interior and exterior lighting, so you can get a nice mood out here in the evening, but sometimes LED is a little harsh. Over on the port side for docking, we've got the option for a third station in here, so whether that's a joystick or throttle and thruster controls, a couple of options there from the factory, or we can do it all together, remote control system if you so wish. You have to excuse the wind, it's a bit fresh out here this evening. So this particular boat, say it's a stock boat, very high spec, so we've got teak decking throughout the exterior here. You'll notice the massive glass windows as we walk up the deck, and if I just drop down you can feel the security this feels as you walk around. Real tall handrails, great if you've got kids, dogs, say perhaps people that aren't quite so sure on their feet. Easy to walk down forwards without scooting along foot over foot. Handy storage lockers here on the deck, good for putting ropes in so you don't have to walk aft. You've got freshwater washdowns up here as well, handy for hosing the boat down. And then midships we've got a centre line sun pad here. They've got a lift up backrest, protective cover pack as well, so you can leave all the cushions out with the covers over the top. And then this nice private seating area, so if you imagine boating in the Med, where this is somewhere away from the crowds on the quayside behind the boat, you've got a nice seating area and a stainless steel bimini frame here to give you some protection if you're sat out at anchor. Talking of anchors, we've got a 40 kilo Delta anchor up there, 90 meters of galvanized chain, so an upgrade over standard, more than sufficient for most places you're likely to moor up in the Med. Handy bow locker here, just have a look inside. You can see it's partitioned to allow for fender storage in here, plenty of space for the anchor chain, say with remote control, as well as foot switches here in the deck, and we've got a plug-in for freshwater washdown on that. We just stand here looking aft, you say, really does rise up out of the water. It's a lot of grandeur to this boat. It's a pretty ship really from all angles. Storage underneath these seat cushions here as well, handy for other bits and pieces, cleaning kit and what have you. And again, another locker on this side. As we're walking back now, you'll see to walk past a side door here for starboard side access in to the lower helm. Handy if you've got crew or running short-handed without a full complement. The skipper can put their head out and see what's going on outside when coming alongside. And if we head back inside, let's start the tour of the interior. So pros and cons of having galleys up, galleys down, galleys aft, galleys forward, but this particular layout, so very much say with a Med style galley aft, very easy to serve both inside and out. Say whether you're running as a crewed boat, which would be a captain and a chef come hostess come deckhand sort of combo, or an owner operator, say it's very much a centre of attention like modern living is at home. And then on the port side we've got this nice dining area. The wood finish in here is a eucalyptus wood. It's done in a satin sheen, high sheen that we've launched for the 2020 season. Really sets the boat off. It's got a nice figured grain running throughout it, and it contrasts nicely in the floor here. This is a silver oak Cadorin hardwood floor which is in the galley and dinette area, and then we run forward to carpets throughout the rest of the boat. So starboard side we've got obviously glassware there with Dartington crystal. Upgrade on the fridge freezer here. It's a great size if you're away on the boat, say running charter or owner on the out in the Croatian islands or what have you, not coming into port every day. You've got plenty of storage. Say fridge, 2 freezer drawers, everywhere on the boat is packed with lots of little nooks and crannies. Set of Robert Welsh cutlery there. We've got little cupboards where it would normally be defunct space. It really does pack in everything from drawers, storage cupboards. So we've got a 4-burner Miele electric top, Miele convection microwave oven, and then up top, say little things like spice rack storage. We've got a full set of Royal Doulton crockery that sits up top there. Nice spray. This is like a silver, almost a champagne colour satin lacquer on the doors. Dishwasher down here, Nice stone top on the galley work surface here. Just sets off the boat nicely against the wood. Space to put a couple of director's chairs here on the port side, although in the Med you'll spend most of your time dining outside on that fabulous aft deck. And you look up top here, so you can see the feature LED lights throughout the ceiling, so real modern feel in here. We've got Roman blinds, Venetians back here, and then we come up into a saloon, so there's a single step here as we go forward, and we're met with a sofa on the starboard. Again, feature lighting underneath. We've got Sonance speakers in the roof, and they're coupled up to a surround sound system on that 55-inch OLED TV. We've got a Sonos play bar underneath. We've got a 4G router on board, so full Apple TV, say Sonos speaker system, so it's very much a connected modern world AV system. Great space to spend the evening. A little highlight worth mentioning underneath the TV here, not really appreciated in the marina here, but through the this is a glass panel here, and you can look down through the stairs behind, and you'll see there's a window down here. So if we didn't have a boat in alongside, you'd be able to look straight out at the sea below you, which is a nice little touch in the evenings. Port side, we've got this nice L-shaped chaise, so somewhere comfy to sit and enjoy the journey if you are alongside a captain, or just somewhere to chill out in the evenings. And then opposite on the starboard side, this dual helm seat, lift up base, so this lifts up into a bolster to allow you to stand or sit at the helm. And if we just sit down here to appreciate the view you get as the captain, have to excuse the bright sunshine here as it sets on the south coast, but you can very much still imagine yourself driving the boat here from the inside helm if the weather's not quite so good. Nice big windscreen, panoramic windows all the way around. And then the actual kit itself on the dash, so we've got two upgraded 16-inch Simrad colour multifunction displays. They do radar, chart plotter, depth. We've got AIS transponder, so receive and send. We've got a electric proportional bow and stern thruster control here. We've got an autopilot, optional Zenta joystick system here, so that's taking the throttle controls and the thruster controls and the steering, and just literally these are back into neutral, activate the joystick, and this is then effectively just point and shoot parking. Twist the top, it's round in a circle, push it sideways, it's engaging thrusters together. For those that aren't on boats all the time, it's a real confidence inspirer if you're looking at taking on a larger yacht for the first time. And then a part of the premium pack as well on the Simrad kit is this multifunction wheel, and you'll see how the buttons stay central there. Just allows me control here of various displays on here on the plotters without having to take my hands off the wheel and stand forward. So it's a nice thing if the sea's a little bit choppy, not have to constantly getting up to pinch zoom on the screens, so they're touch and button controlled. And then we've got a CM8 Sunseeker proprietary monitoring panel here, so this does things like AC systems, navigation, alarms, lighting, little bits of HVAC controls. So it's a CAN bus system running around the boat to give multi-function display. And then on this iPad charger here, you've got control obviously for things like your Sonos AV. Again, storage everywhere, so we've got little lift up boxes here on the port side lower helm. We've got some storage underneath here, so it's very well thought out. You imagine yourself on a charter boat here with a captain, or very much as an owner operator. There's plenty of space whether you're going away for a few days or a couple of weeks at a time. Never feels like you're going to run out of space on board. The accommodation is split, so we're going to start forward. So we're coming down nice big wide stairway, and we've got 3 cabins here forward. So port, we've got twin single berths, and we're stepping down a couple of levels here to give us a nice headroom. Again, feature LED panels in the ceiling, nice feature lights on the bulkheads. Again, TVs down here, so we've got 24-inch TVs on the walls, and we've got very nice modern new for this year switch panels here. So this is your aircon panel, this is the panel for lighting, and it's got different mood settings, so it's very much an advanced control system. Good sized wardrobe here. There's a little bit of storage under the beds. Say beautiful wood finish here with this high sheen panels, lovely stainless steel detailing on the handles. And then if we come across to the starboard side, it's a mirror image cabin, so we've got the same twin bed system, little LED reading lights on the bulkhead here, nice little lights in the wall. Again, 24-inch telly up there, connected in with the Sonos, say Apple TV, and the 4G router on board as well to allow you to connect into Netflix and what have you. There you've got a second wardrobe, and then this bathroom is shared between the two cabins. So we've got doubles up as a day head, as well as the heads for the two cabins here. So we've got a good sized shower stall, so nice sort of synthetic stone finish on the bulkheads there, soaker shower up in the roof, as well as a separate handset. And then we've got things like storage in the top cupboards. We've got lots everywhere on here, say loads of space for spare towels, bedding, say toiletries, good sized sink. We've got Tecmo vacuum flush toilets. Stairs here lift up, say it's only a little space but enough room to put something like a Dyson Hoover, which would otherwise be dead space. And then forward we come into the VIP guest cabin. So island centerline doubles, you walk in. You've got a big skylight up in the ceiling there to let a bit more natural light in, and these beautiful hull windows. So you noticed those on the outside earlier. Opening port light in the middle, both sides. And then these top level cupboards. So again, packing in just below the deck heads above. Plenty of space. 43-inch TV up on the bulkhead there. We're on 2-pin EU sockets here, so we can swap these out for 3-pin if you're in the UK. We can put USB points in. Depends really on what you're looking for from the usability on the boat. Say storage again, good sized wardrobe. Obviously with LED lighting inside makes it very practical for use all times of day. We've got Sonance speakers again up in the ceiling. And then if we come aft, we'll go down the midship stairs, and that takes us into the separate master cabin. So a nice feature. We've had it on the larger yachts for many years, but to squeeze it into a yacht of this size, 66 was the first boat we've done it on for a while. And we come down here through a curved stairwell, and you'll notice there's that nice window I mentioned up above that you can see through this glass panel up to the sofa. And we come into the master stateroom. You'll notice how quiet it is down here. There's a busy restaurant up above us, and it's a very quiet place, close to the waterline. You can imagine yourself waking up at anchor in the morning looking out of these beautiful glass windows. 55-inch telly up on the bulkhead there. Again, Sonos play bar underneath. We've got a full-size subwoofer in there. So lots of storage cupboards. Nice little figured decor on the sprayed lacquer panels there. Everywhere you look, packed in wardrobes, additional storage. Nice little feature here. There's a couple of layouts on this boat on the port side. So this one's set up with the 2 chairs and the breakfast table. There's a chaise longue option. There's an additional sideboard unit you can have. Again, you've got storage in the cupboards underneath. Good sized bedside pull out storage drawers. Again, finished in that nice silver lacquer sheen. Again, stainless steel detailing and those nice LED panels up on the aft bulkhead. LED lights in the ceiling. So it's a real nice contemporary feel, this boat. I have to say, very modern. Boat obviously comes with a hose pipe, a tool kit, first aid kit, full set of Christie towels, bed covers. It's very, very high spec as standard with the Sunseeker. All these things that you see on the optional extras list with some of our competitors, say it's all loaded up as you need it in order to get the boat truly on the water. So on the starboard side of the boat here, we've got some drawers. We've got cupboards underneath. Nice little feature, LED lighting running around the bed. And then coming into the master bathroom, you'll notice it was in the other bathrooms as well, in fact, but we've got heated towel rails up on the wall. We've got this massive shower compartment here. So when you get up close, you can see that sort of synthetic stone finish in here. And we use synthetics purely from a weight perspective. So yes, there is a cost consideration, and we can do a stone in yachts of this size, but it's always a compromise between performance and practicality. So again, nice little feature LED panels around the mirror there. We've got storage in the lower units. Good size preparation area there for toiletries and what have you. So it's a really, really nice Really nice spec boat. And we're looking at, it's quite high on the options, so we're about 19% of the value of the boat in options, as you see her here. So base price with these larger engines is £1.85 million as she's spec'd, and this particular boat is £2.285 million. So say a fair amount of extras. Typically we'd see around 15%. I say she's loaded up with that AV twin MC16 gyro stabilizers, which is on an upgraded 27 kilowatt Cummins Onan diesel generator. So that gives you stabilization both at anchor as well as slow speed. And if we head up on now, you can see this beautiful ladder with feature lighting. We arrive up at the flybridge. So this really in the Med is where you're going to spend your time, and it's very much a blank canvas up here. I've tried to bring the large yacht feel on board. So this aft area here, I just spin the camera around, we've left on this particular yacht as a blank canvas. I would suggest a nice couple of teak Summit sun loungers up here would really finish the yacht off nicely. It allows you to stack them back out of the way, so if you're having a party you've got deck space. But there are other options up here, so we can extend this portside seating here. We can run a permanent fixed seat box around there, which would give you additional storage. We can put a small jacuzzi up here. We can even put a flybridge crane up here to carry a jet ski. So there's a couple of different options depending on what you want to do with the yacht, but I think best at this size for me is the freestanding furniture. That's a real large yacht feel. And above there is a sun awning that comes out horizontally. You see up there we've got 64 nautical mile Simrad radar. Nice to put a couple of dummy domes up top, paint all of that black if you want to give it a slightly different look. We come across and look at the Predator 60 just behind us here. That's done the same with a painted black finish. I think that really sets the boat off nicely. So portside seating here, it's all done in an upgraded Sunbrella fabric. Storage locker here, lift this one up, good size storage locker. Obviously teak finish throughout. It's an upgrade here on the flybridge decking. This particular cushion lifts up, so you've got a nice backrest hidden underneath there, just to give somewhere to sit if you're reading a book and you want a bit of thigh support. Great seat there, sat in front of the helm, I have to say. Protected from buffeting by the windscreen. Massive party boat. And then sat up here at the flybridge helm, you can see immediately, so again 16-inch displays here. Again, multi-function wheel, nice little LED push button switches for lighting, anchor winch control and what have you. Everything's a mirror image of downstairs. Again, joystick control, proportional throttles, thrusters up there in front of us, space for a second VHF handset. This is a pull-up windshield here, so if you just need a little bit more additional protection from the buffeting and the wind, nice feature to have. Very simple, but just makes life on board as a captain a little bit more practical. And then looking down here over the starboard side, you can imagine coming in alongside, got really good visibility. I can see all the way from stem to stern. Imagine communicating with your crew, say everything's very, very close by. And you'll note this particular yacht with the hardtop, you've got this nice opening centre section here above, so it's electric retracting. There's a nice little soft panel that sits in here when the boat's delivered to the end client. And then below here, just at the top of the stairs, so easy to access if you are running as a crewed boat, we've got a good sized sink, electric Kenyan griddle, and then underneath we've got an ice maker and a great size stainless fronted fridge there. Everything's shut in with a nice bonk, so it feels really, really well put together. So it's a great entertaining space up here. Handy door to shut if you've got kids up here and you want to maintain security. You've got that nice large yacht feel there with the infill panels, just to make it a little bit harder for small people to climb over the sides. And if we come back down here through the cockpit sole here, we've got access through into the engine space. So ladder access. And we're down into the working parts of the boat below. So say big V8 engine, twin sequential turbos. If you want to be really Gucci, you can take the rocker covers off here and change them for highly polished chrome, which do look rather nice if you're into that sort of thing. So Outboard sits one of the two gyros on board. You can see things like hydraulic packs up on the wall there for passerelles, hydraulic platform, fire suppression system, battery charger sat over there. And then on the aft bulkhead here, these are all really nicely labelled up switch panels. So we have these throughout the whole yacht range. Really makes fault finding and circuit breakers on systems, what have you. There's a lot of redundancy built into systems on yachts like this. So it's all really clinically done. So larger generator option sat there out on the port side outboard. So it's water cooled, sat in the box there. So whilst you do get a gentle hum, it is it's quite a livable noise. Engines are on a V-drive configuration, so that means the gearboxes are sat down in front of the engines and return a small shaft underneath the boat, and that just gives a little bit more allowance to push the engines further forward, gives us that space for the crew in the aft end of the yacht there. And you see down there we've got main strainers for water intakes, we've got our fuel filters up on the bulkhead here, generator in the middle, controls for the engines for starting up and maintenance down here, and then a hot water storage tank. Here we can add a second, this is a white storage shelf we can add here above the starboard engine. We can put a water maker in here. It is prepared for the water maker already, so it's got the seacock and the power there, whether you're putting an Hydromar or an HRO system in. Very straightforward for us to do that during the commissioning phase before she goes off to a new user. So I say it's fully loaded, this boat. Really very, very little other than a safety kit, tender and what have you. She's literally ready to turn the keys and off she goes. I say factory fresh, absolutely 2020 model. Rare to see one of these. It was an opportunity for us to take an extra boat coming out after COVID restrictions eased. I say literally arrived here for the show here 4 days ago. I mean, even a little bit still not quite done, so we've got doors to put on here on the front of the glass cabinet and little other detail bits during PDI just to finish her off. But it was better to have her here for the show. Really pleased that we could get her down for our customers to have a look at. So plenty of time still. The show's running if you wish to come and see this particular boat up in person until next Sunday, the 9th of August. Of course, then there's the opportunity to see boats in build at the shipyard, but really to see a finished yacht like this outside of the main international shows is extremely rare. So great opportunity. If you'd like to know more about this one or anything else in the range, you'll see moored up alongside here beautiful Sunseeker 76 yacht. Covered that one on my channel not so long ago. Predator 60 sat here. We've got a 74 Predator and a sport yacht over behind, and then the smaller model to this is the outgoing Manhattan 55. So real stunning boat here, I have to say. So if you're looking, really, there's still plenty of time. A lot of August, September, arguably some of the best months of the year to be on the water. So if you'd like to know a little bit more, say it's James from Sunseeker Southampton. Email is james@sunseekersouthampton.com, or mobile is +44 7747 686 587. Please do get in touch. We can talk you through this boat, anything else in the range. If you think there's something more suitable to your needs, sort you out with moorings here in the UK if you're adverse to travel with the current ongoing situation. And of course, running the Mediterranean, Adriatic and African territories as well through the Sunseeker London Group. We've got plenty of options to get you a mooring in the Balearics, south of France, Croatian Adriatic, so you name it, we've got an office there to get you set up, and full dealer support with service and warranty afterwards. So say, hope you enjoyed the tour today. It's quite a lengthy one to go through this boat, say, just given how many plus points there are to talk about. And if you'd like to know any more, please get in touch.